Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is a scene for the Changeling and Mage venue. We are in the near dreaming of Queens. Thanks to Tron, I am out one pterodactyl. And I really like that pterodactyl. It's convenient. It looks badass, like mid-70s metal badass. I paid a lot for the chains to go out and hunt that thing. Chains that I am using now as I attempt to wrap it around its neck once more. It's injured, no thanks to Tron, of course, but God, I need to get the thing subdued before I can even attempt to fix that wound. It's such a fucking mess. I didn't buy a pet just so I'd have to take care of it the whole time. So anyways, where I am right now is I am far off the silver path, but not so far that somebody wouldn't be able to. The mist would like completely obscure her from the path. You would be able to see her from the path, but of course you wouldn't be touching it. But you would see this creature decked out in a shit ton of jewelry, or sorry, to be more exact, a metric shit ton of jewelry, and a rather ornate ceremonial loincloth, trying to wrap this thick chain around the pterodactyl's neck. We'll begin here.
Edwin will be taking a sojourn into the dreaming. Now, we've been visited recently by a being of singular power, and that's decidedly made the whole area colder. It's starting to get a bit better, but it's coming into the winter months, so it's quite chilly. So rather than being theatrical and following up the statement of he walks here and there hooded and cloaked as an old man with a battered hat, he's wrapped up warm and passing through the paths that he knows. But he's keeping an eye out as always, because you must keep an eye out on the road in the dreams. You tend to get jumped by nightmares somewhat. Now, Edwin is aware of prehistory and aware of the Jurassic and the Cretaceous period, because that's part of the school teaching that we get given in our country. However, the woman with a metric or imperial ton of jewelry, trying to mount it and claim it as its own, is very James Cameron Avatar-ish. And along his path walking, he stops to watch the spectacle, sticking his fingers and his hands into his pockets to, well, keep them warm and to not make any sudden moves that might have crazy ass woman mounting dinosaur flying into his direction to kill him.
Kildra, Gakala. She stops her tirade of Oldegek long enough to notice that there's a visitor. It's a she? Oh, Christ, it's a she. She scrambles up the back of the pterodactyl now that she's got the chains around its neck. And she perches on top of it, just looks at you. All right, with a little jerk of the chain and another command in Oldegek, she gets the thing to get closer to the path, but of course not touching it. No, never touching that path. You are a vassal of Tron, she'll say in English.
Edwin will look straight into her eyes, wishes the fact that he had a staff with him, and will shake his head. No, just a traveller.
Best be careful. I'm told he has a title now. He's very picky about who's on that path of his.
Edwin looks down. I see. So I should make myself known to his eminence then, and to allow me to walk a free path?
You're the she. I don't know how all that stuff works, but I'm just saying. I haven't seen you here before.
I've been around, but you are mistaken. I'm no she.
You're not a she.
Mm-mm.
Then what are you?
Edwin laughs at another joke. I'm just a wanderer likes going on for walks. No more, no less. Mm, yep.
There's a term that my people don't have any direct correlate for, and I think it's really a shame. So I'll use the English, of course, with you. Bullshit.
I think that translates into any language. But I did not say anything false. I am just a wanderer, and I'm walking this path just to see where it leads. I mean no harm to anybody, nor do I wish to put myself into any danger. But I am here to see the new sights, and this is quite an interesting encounter because I've never seen a dinosaur ridden by yourself, or anyone for that matter.
All right, fine, I take it back. If you were she, you would have been angry at me by now.
I've never understood why people need to be angry about anything, especially about titles. Titles are boring.
If you're not angry, you're weak.
Okay, I see. Then I am weak. But that
Well,
doesn't change what I said as being anything but the truth.
goodbye, little weakling. Whatever you are.
Oh, you wound me so much.
No.
Hmm?
She turns the beast and begins to walk off and back into the mist.
What a bizarre being. Never encountered one of those before. Like a throwback from 10 million years BC. How interesting.
I should add, once she moved through the mist and closer to you, you could see her her torso didn't have any scales on it, but like the rest of her, she looked like some sort of lizard woman. Her legs and arms and cheeks had scales on them. Um, her kind are also not very fond of wearing tops, so the only bit
Okay,
of clothing was the loincloth.
I understand. Okay. Um, yeah, here Medwin looks forlorn and rather puzzled for a moment, and is like, "Well, I've never encountered yourself before." As she's wandering away from the path, it's isn't it? It is dangerous to go off the path, my dear. Should you? Surely, you're putting yourself at great risk there.
She'll stop once more. You don't know what I am.
You have me at a distinct disadvantage.
Well, I am Darkkin, and this land is my land, and I can move through it how I want. Save that thing. She points at the road that you're standing on, actually. That disgusting blight on the dreaming.
Is that because of Trond, or just because of the road itself?
It's a very long story, but no, Tron doesn't have anything to do with it.
I've never heard of this person called Trond as well. Is he
He's a
typical she?
she.
Ah, right,
Yes,
yeah, okay.
very.
Kowtowing, bowing, in his regal's presence, offering a shimonage and fair amounts of forehead placed against the stone floor, prostrating yourself to him in order to get a kind word or a gesture. Is that the
Are
kind
you
of person?
merman?
No, I am a man though. Well, male. I don't live here. I live in the grey world.
Oh, you're.
I
Are
are
you just a
Hunam.
human?
Yeah. Yes, just a human. There is a certain amount of blood in my veins which allows me to walk this path uncontested. It's like a license, if you will.
I see. I see the shining people in your face. I thought you were one of them.
Related, distant relations,
Distant.
and
How
don't have
distant?
anything. 2 or 3 generations now.
And your thoughts on them?
Mm. I've seen the court. I've seen their madness, and I've seen their recalcitrance when things go badly. They are fickle.
What's that word? Go back to that word.
Fickle?
No, before that. It was like
Recalcitrant.
calculator?
Recalcitrant.
Yes, what's that?
It's how to explain it. Like there's no authority. They're hard to deal with. They don't operate well. They seem to cause problems, and any kind of authority at all, they kind of resist it. It's kind of like the ultimate teenager with magical powers that mess with your mind.
Thank you. Um I thought I was fluent in English, but every once in a while I hear a new word. Yes, the she, they do sound like that.
Yes.
You're you're some you're some mixed breed that comes from she?
Mm-hmm. Worst of both worlds.
You are being she.
Demi she.
I I'm talking
Half and
about
half.
are you here to sing somebody's death?
No, just wander. Follow these paths.
What are No, forgive me, I'm very curious. But honestly, I can't really get over that you just admitted that you were weak.
Hmm.
No she, no mixed breed that I know. Certainly nobody of my own kind. It means you're valueless.
Oh,
You,
I'm
you
fairly
might
certain.
you might be weak. You're not supposed to say it though.
Um, well, I'm fairly certain I'm, as I said, the worst of both worlds. But your kind, I take it. I assumed that you were a figment of a dream or a figment of imagination, but you seem to be shining like the host, but not part of them.
No, I am not Shining Host. I'm not those Dream Lords. Nothing like them.
He looks at the pterodactyl. Could have, yeah. Um, then, well,
And get on here, weak thing. I'll claim you as my own, and you'll have some protection at least. Come with me.
And I prefer you. I'm not sure that I I'm comfortable with being claimed. We can walk the path, but since you find it anathema, perhaps we can walk beside the path if you want
Right
to
now, the
find out.
path is the only thing that keeps you alive. If you go around here telling everybody that you're weak, something is going to kill you very soon.
Well, I've got long legs. I can run pretty quickly. Running away is pretty good.
Are you mocking me?
Not at all. I'm just making a statement. If I'm weak against something, they wish to feel that they need to assert dominance, I shall run. I am unarmed, after all.
You couldn't outrun a satyr. You couldn't outrun me. If you're just a human. Or if you're just I don't know. Actually, I don't know enough.
Well, most of my time I've spent here is enjoying a lovely tea with friends. If you wish to know more, then maybe we can find a location to have something to eat.
Oh, yes, my person likes tea. Yes, black tea.
Unless I have to go in to meet this Tron fellow and kowtow to him and say thank you very much, sir, for allowing me to walk upon your path. Do I have to do that first? I'm unfamiliar with these parts and the politics at play.
I don't know. I I think it's something that matters to mixed breeds, but I, I don't know.
Hmm.
All right. If you are so hell-bent on dying, then I should leave you here.
Yes, well, I have walked the paths of the dead before. They have no. I am not fearful of those.
Why
I mean,
not?
I know I know what's waiting on the other side.
How do you know that?
I have seen it.
You've been on the black path.
Yes, I've crossed the wall, and descended down the hill towards a pane of shadows. As I said, I'm a wanderer.
Why why
Um,
did why did you go to that place?
There's something I needed to do there.
You were looking you were looking for a soul, weren't you?
There, there's a road that led down into that place that led to a place that was broken, and it needed people to go and fix it. I walked that path to follow and to provide assistance. Oh, I'm talking to you. Yes, there was a soul I was looking for.
That land is filled with traps.
Doubtedly, it is perilous, mostly perilous, almost as perilous as this place.
How did you She looks like she desperately wants to ask you something, but okay. She pull herself back in.
There's, sorry,
Um
there was something on the tip of your tongue.
doesn't matter. Obviously you are here safe and sound, so you
True.
must have some tricks up your sleeve.
Yes, I can run very fast.
Uh-huh.
And shortcuts. Shortcuts are good.
What are you called?
People call me Edwin.
Edwin.
Hmm. It is not my name, but it's a name I go by. For we all know the power of names in this place. but most people refer to me as Edwin.
There is no title?
No.
I am Ogloth. I'm sorry. My name is Nosehorn.
Nosehorn.
Yes,
So,
that would be the translation of Ogloth.
would you prefer I call you Ogloth or Nose-horned? Or Nose or Horned?
You're not, you're not my kind. Call me Nosehorn.
As you wish, Nose-horned.
If, well, whatever you are, maybe I shouldn't be so concerned.
Not at all. Not with a weak person like myself. His only skill is running away.
You've been on the Black Path and come away. It's a place
Yes.
I barely escaped.
Going uphill back to and crossing the bridge and crossing the wall is quite strenuous. Yes.
You must have something.
Good legs.
Huh. Hmm. Those legs, huh? Something else, though. I don't suppose in your travelings you've heard of the poison is delivered via like a dart or a needle.
A poison that's delivered by a dart or a needle.
But it would be
No.
recent. Any information on it? And in this area? Perhaps the
Not
attacks have happened near water?
not really. There was an issue a while ago when there was a poison that was spreading amongst a population of people. I heard some of the rumours or whispers in Taranar about it, and I didn't dwell too much upon that because I was travelling through at the time.
Let's stop talking about that thing.
Okay.
No, this is... I'm sorry, sometimes I need to remember that I'm not talking to my own people. No, Guile's gift is a sensitive subject. Yes, it is a thing that happened, and yes, when I heard about poisonings, I did investigate to make sure it was not a resurgence of that. It does not appear to be, but nonetheless it is something that is killing mixed breeds and perhaps could kill my own kind. I believe it has something to do with areas near water. If you hear anything, I would pay to know more, traveler.
Well, I'll keep my ear to the ground and I'll ask a few discreet questions. Where can I find you again if I find the answer to that you wish you seek?
I exist in that place with all the humans. Um, that realm. Um, the mythic realm, yes. Hold on. And she'll take out a little bit of leather and her knife, and she will etch in actually some Arabic numbers that are her phone number. She'll hand you the scrap of leather.
I'll look at it and I'll go, okay,
I'm rather afraid it exists only in the dreaming.
I got you. I will pocket it. I will convey what I find to you. But
Oh, get over
hi,
here. Get over here.
Edwin will take a step forward.
She'll look up at her pterodactyl and go over to its wound that still has some blood. Um, she'll touch some of it, and the pterodactyl tries to whinge away a little bit while she's getting some of it. Come here, I need your forehead.
Whoa. I like my forehead. What do you plan to do with it?
Mark you.
Why are you marking me?
Well, if one of my people try to kill you, I want them to know that, no, you belong to me. They have to talk to me if they want to kill you.
But
It's not true, of course, but...
I rather would not belong. I prefer not to belong to you.
It's not true. But a lot of my kind don't actually understand lies. Come over here.
Okay, I'll walk over.
Please, I mark a little she all the time. She'll go... All right. Yeah. That little symbol should get you far enough.
Am I going to meet more of your kind, all scaly and all, riding pterodactyls?
Yes. Yes.
Ouch. Is that you or me?
Interesting. Get a high-pitched buzzing here, so headphone malfunction. Apologies. What's that? Nope. Interesting. I can't hear a single word you're saying. I'm not too sure what's going on. So, one moment.